Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having me. A little bit about me. So first, this session is all about becoming a Google for Education certified coach. And you may have heard of this program. It was officially launched under this title last summer. And prior to that, it was the Dynamic Learning Project. And so a little bit about me. So again, my name is Tara Linney. I am the founder of TL Specialists. We focus on SEL and ed tech coming together. And here's my information. And I'm also a Google for Education certified coach. And my company, TL Specialists, we actually provide mentoring services as a Google partner for this program as well. So I wanted to introduce you to myself, and we're going to learn more about the program in just a moment. All right, before we jump into the program, let's take a quick poll and see what is your title. So let me actually get out of this for a quick moment. Forgot to hyperlink one little thing here. Hyperlink and present. Here we go. All right, so using this hyperlinked Mentimeter here, or on another device if you want to scan it on a smartphone, if you have that available, or an iPad or tablet or something like that. Go ahead and just answer the one little question, which is, what is your title? And that could be anything from coach to specialist, maybe you're a principal, maybe you're a teacher. Okay. All right, and let me actually leave that up as you're doing that. And I'm going to log in real quick to Mentimeter. Have those results up. Okay, so as we look at the results here, we can see that there are, there is a plethora of different names in which a coach can go by. So everything from instructional specialist, instructional designer, academic technology consultant. Oops, and there we go. All right. One of the cool things about the tool Mentimeter is that as people add more and more words, so like if the word coach were to be added multiple times, then the word coach would become really large. So we can see where the overlap is in our different titles. And again, if you're just now joining us, we're just taking an assessment of who is in the room and what the titles are in the room. So if you'll take a moment and fill out this little Mentimeter, which you can access by going to menti.com using the code 69009173. And as we'll see from this, it looks like I might have been the only one to put in coach, which is totally fine. Maybe you're a curriculum designer. Okay, maybe you're a coordinator. Okay, we'll just take a few more seconds on this before we get into exactly what the Google for Education Certified Coach Program is. Okay. We'll come back to that in a little while. Want to make sure I'm keeping a track on time, making sure that we get through everything. And so let's go ahead and continue. So with the Google for Education Certified Coach Program, it's expected that instructional coaches work one-on-one with educators to tackle classroom challenges with technology-based strategies. So if we take a step back, right? As coaches, our whole job isn't always one-to-one. This is something that we might do 70% of the time, we might do 80% of the time, we might do half the time. In the Google for Education Certified Coach program, you can learn about ways in which to balance time and schedule time to focus on learning as a coach and leading as a coach. Okay, and as we see from the Mentimeter, coaches hold a number of different titles. So tech integration, librarian even, especially in the world of remote learning, there are a lot more library media specialists and librarians that play the role of coaches because we're in a very heavy information age. Okay, so this bit.ly down here, the bit.ly/GCC with TL, this will take you to this presentation, the published view of this presentation. And so I'll leave that on the screen for just a moment. Okay. And next, we're going to start to get into exactly what the Google for Education Certified Coach program is. We're going to have some activities throughout just to get your feet a little wet in terms of some of the activities that are part of the curriculum and some of the processes that are a part of the program as a whole. As we go through, if you have any burning questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. I'll be able to see that. And if they are future questions, then I'll answer them in the future. If they're present questions, then I can answer them now. Okay. So the Certified Coach program, officially called Google for Education Certified Coach, is a program that empowers instructional coaches, regardless of the title that you're under, to drive impactful technology use in their schools and districts using a structured year-long curriculum with a research-based 5-step coaching model. Okay. The whole premise here is that the coaches work one-on-one with teachers to identify and adopt technology-based solutions that solve classroom challenges. Now, these are classroom challenges that so thank you so much for sharing that link in the chat. So these are classroom challenges that the teacher self-identifies. And we're going to go through a couple of the exercises so that you can see what it feels like to identify what challenges are. Okay. Another good thing to know about the program is that it has the ISTE seal of alignment. Whenever you see programs that have the ISTE seal of alignment, it means that, well, they have the ISTE seal of alignment, but it also means that there are some ISTE standards and tools and things of that nature that are embedded in the program as well. And you won't see that in this presentation specifically, but you will be able to see that in the curriculum, especially when it comes to building a PLN, which we're going to have some time to explore today. A few more things before we continue about the Google for Education Certified Coach program. And I see a great question in the chat. Is this different than the paid coaching program Google has had for a few years? Yes and no, maybe. If you're talking about the DLP coaching, the Dynamic Learning Project coaching program, this is the program that has stemmed from that. So that was like a trial, a pilot program. And with the research from that, they created this new certified coach program. So within the certified coach program, the program is free. Okay, the curriculum is free. Applying is free, just like the innovator program and the trainer program are also free. The two payment things are that you must become a level 1 and a level 2 certified educator. And those certification exams cost $10 for one, $15 for the other. The differences between the programs, so there's 3 main programs, but for each program, you have to be level 1 and level 2 certified. Not necessarily when you're going through it or when you start the program, but before you submit your application. All 3 programs are application-based. So the Innovator program, the Certified Coach program, and the Trainer program are all application-based. The Innovator program is something where cohorts are opened annually, and it's focused on individuals looking to solve a challenge in education. So it's focused on like an individual person looking to have an impact, not like the coach program. With the coach program, it's specifically for coaches or educators who work with teachers on a one-on-one basis. So you might be that library media specialist or that librarian or that coordinator or curriculum guide. You might be one of those roles where your primary work is one-on-one with teachers or working in small groups with teachers. With the Certified Coach program, the reviews occur year-round. So there is an application process that is used in the program, and it is a different application process from the Innovator and the Trainer program. So in the Innovator program, it's very selective. Here, it's selective and competitive. Here in the Certified Coach program, if you meet all of the requirements, then you're in. For the Certified Trainer program, it's a little bit different because you're one trainer and you often work one-to-many. So you supporting like a whole grade level or you supporting a whole school. And you could very well be all 3, right? If you get into the Innovator program, you could be an innovator. If you apply for the Trainer program, you could be a trainer. And if you apply for the coach program, you could be a coach. So I just wanted to break down the differences between those. Okay, everybody clear on the differences? Okay. So the process to become a Google for Education certified coach, and we'll look at the process a little bit before we get into some of the activities here. So the first one is to discover the new coaching program. Congratulations, you've already done step 1. The second step is to complete the coach curriculum, which is found in the Teacher Center. So I'm actually going to take you to this Teacher Center link. And is to pass the skills assessment. So the Teacher Center is this free place in Google where you can find everything from training courses to product guides to certifications and different programs, resources, and communities. Okay, if we go over here and we look at program, this is where you can also find out information about the Trainer program, the Innovator program, and last but not least, the Certified Coach program. On this page, it'll give you an overview of what the program is, okay, which we're talking about here today, and it'll give you the 4 steps as well. And it'll give you some more FAQs, and I can answer your FAQs during the session today as well. Okay, so if we go to get started, that'll take you into this place called Skillshop, and Skillshop is where the certified coach curriculum is housed. Now, all of this is free. My only thing here is that I'm logged in, and that's it. And there's a lot of different free courses that you can take within the Teacher Center, which is pretty great. So as we go through, I'll be coming back to the curriculum to show you where things are, and we'll go from there. So I'll leave this tab open. Okay, but there are several modules and an optional book study. With the assessment is a Google form assessment, and I've already passed it, so let me not review it. But on the assessment, you'll have about 45 minutes to take the assessment, okay? And it'll be based on the information, the make it stick portions of the curriculum. Okay, number 3 or step 3 is that you must prepare portfolio materials. So a short video, 3 artifacts, and an administrator reference. So who is an administrator who's seen the work that you've done with teachers? And last but not least is to submit an application. When you submit the application, it'll walk you through what the different requirements are, the rolling basis, okay, little geographical pieces here. And when it comes to the video, it'll walk you through that it wants you to articulate how you've used the 5-step model when working with a specific teacher at your school. When you go through the course, you want to make sure that you are going through it with fidelity. So there are certain times of the year where it's better to take some of the modules versus others. For example, let me go back here. For example, when you go here, the introduction is something that you can take the spring before you start working with teachers in the fall. When it comes to cultivating effective coach and teacher relationships and refining strategies for impactful coaching, that's something that's best done, and it'll tell you that it's best recommended before winter break. Okay, so that is a brief overview into the program, the curriculum, the different elements, what it is. Are we all good? We understand what the 4 steps are? I can't see everybody, so if you want to give me a thumbs up in the chat or a yes, okay, yes works as well. Okay. So now let's look at the importance of coaches. Why are coaches so important? Oops. Of course, you're amazing. But before we get into that, there's a question. So for the Google Certified Coach certification, the prerequisite is completing level 1 and level 2. Yes. So it's completing level 1 and level 2. And you want to make sure that you have 100 hours of one-on-one coaching. So it's not something where you complete the curriculum and complete the assessment and complete level 1 and level 2, and then voila, you're a coach. No, like there's more work that goes into becoming a Google for Education certified coach than there is for someone applying to be a trainer, for example, or an innovator, for example, because with that, you can just create your application, put it in. But with the certified coach program, you've got to show that you've been using the 5-step process and have recordings of, not like video recordings or anything, but be keeping track of your interactions with teachers. Okay, does that answer your question? Okay, so why are coaches important? So coaching is the #1 form of professional development that education leaders or administrators plan to purchase over the next 2 years. There are currently more than 42,000 instructional coaches in the US alone, and they're called different things, as we can see from over here in the Mentimeter. So instructional technologists, instructional designer, curriculum designer, tech integration specialist, but they all do a similar role in that they are instructional coaches in some capacity. And there's also a 15% increase in courses taught with technology when educators are provided with coaching. So when you have teachers in your school that are using technology, or that might be tech averse, when a coach is brought into that environment, it increases the use of technology in that environment and the comfort of technology in that use. Oh, and I see in the chat, can you let me know what HE stands for and SE? If you can spell that out in the chat, I'll circle back to that question. Also, one thing that we've seen during distance learning is that coaches help. And coaches are super duper important when it comes to distance learning, because schools with instructional coaches felt more prepared to cope with COVID-19 and the transition to remote learning. right? If you've already got somebody in-house who has this experience with technology, then it's a lot easier to work with that person, that coach, to help prepare the other educators in that environment. So for higher ed, it could pertain to higher ed as well. If you have coaches in a higher ed setting that are maybe supporting professors, then it could transfer into that. And it could also work in secondary education. So yes and yes. Now, one of the first things about being a coach, one of the first things to know is that, A, you're amazing. You are doing all of this work in the midst of a pandemic, right? As a coach, you've made a personal commitment to help others improve and grow. And you invest in your learning so that you can help guide others through their journey with your experience and knowledge. So, end point, you're amazing. And you know this. And if you don't know this, then you know this now. But another thing that you are is at times you might feel overwhelmed. Moira exhibits this better than I think anyone has on television lately or on streaming services lately. So when you're a coach, especially during a pandemic, you're in a role as a coach that can be challenging and at times feel overwhelming because there's so much to do, right? Anybody else feel that? Or is it just Moira? Okay. And the last thing is that you are not alone. Every time that I see the words "you are not alone," I think of the Michael Jackson song, like, "You are not alone. We are here with you." Okay. So as you work to support teachers in your role, it's important to remember that you're not alone. Sure, it might feel like you are alone when you're working with teachers and you're the only person in your building or in your school that works with the teachers in the way that you do. But in the grand scheme of things and in the whole world, you're not by yourself. When you're a coach, you have a rich pool of knowledge to draw from, and it's always available if you choose to engage as a connected educator, because people are resources. So as part of this, growing our PLN and understanding who we are and what our challenges are, I've created this little Padlet. And go ahead and click on the link for the Padlet. And in the Padlet, go ahead and share what is a challenge that you have faced as a coach. So in the last, I was going to say 30 days, but in the last year, what has been something that's been challenging? And I'll link that here and then put it in the chat. Oh my goodness. And I already see some good challenges coming up. So working with people that don't want to use technology, but they're being forced to. That's a very hard thing. And this Padlet is set up so that as you add your challenges to the Padlet, if there's one that you see, then you can like that post, show that you have relation there. And if you wanted to add your social media handles, then you can do that as well. Because one of the important things about being a coach, especially in a pandemic filled world, is that you want to make sure that you're connected. There's a whole network of coaches out in the world. And coming to conferences like this is one way where you can get to know one another and connect with one another, especially if you're not a social media person, then conferences are a great way to make that interpersonal connection. Okay, so we'll let that fill as we progress. So there are a couple of things, speaking of social media, and we'll come back to the Padlet in a moment, but there are a couple of things in terms of if you are connected on social media. If you follow hashtag Google EC, capital E, capital C, then you'll see a whole network of Google for Education certified coaches sharing across different social medias. So you'll see it on Twitter, you'll see it on Instagram, in GEG networks, right? Google Educator groups, and on Facebook. And there might even be one on LinkedIn. So if you are not on Facebook, but you are on Twitter, you can see it there, Instagram, and so on and so forth. So let's look back over at the challenges and see how we're doing. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of familiarity here. Okay. So some elements of the Google for Education Certified Coach Program. One is being a connected educator and having a PLN. So a PLN is a professional learning network. And if you refer back to the Padlet here, if you were to add your name or handle or contact information, that is how you can start to grow your PLN and find people that are going through something similar to what you are. Okay. Some of the other elements of the certified coach program. So what makes the program so effective is that it has a tailored coaching curriculum. It also uses a 5-step model, and we are going to have some hands-on practice with that 5-step model today. And the curriculum is not a one and done. So it takes over 20 hours to go through the curriculum. There are videos embedded and activities and some readings and articles and things like that. So it's a really rich curriculum. You just want to make sure that you're not doing it all in one sitting. And here's a quote from one of the certified coaches. Saying that it's centered on a coaching model that lends itself to rich and meaningful experiences between teachers and their coach. So it's that individualized attention, that one-on-one experience that you as the coach have with teachers. All right, let's get into the 5-step coaching model. So in the 5-step coaching model, you have 5 steps. The first step is identify. And with identify, you want to identify and understand the challenge. So this is working one-on-one with the teacher to figure out what is the challenge. And there might be a lot of challenges, but what is the one that you're going to focus on? And remember that when it comes to challenges, you can't eat an elephant in just one bite. If you eat elephant or really anything, it's not something, it's so big that you can't just eat it in one bite. It takes time. And it's something that you want to break off into smaller chunks. So number 2 is investigate. And that's all about investigating possible strategies for the challenge. And it's about empowering the educator in the same way that you want the educator to empower their students. So as a coach, you're demonstrating for the educator what the educator wants to do in their classroom when it comes to student voice and empowerment around that. And maybe that's a school goal, which would then be aligned to the program, which we'll get into later. Number 3 is select. So select a personalized strategy. Once the challenge is identified and the investigation happens around possible strategies, there might be a whole bucket of strategies. Selecting one strategy to focus on. Number 4 is implement. And this is where you would implement the strategy with the teacher and make improvements as needed. So strategies don't always work every time, right? You might have to start with one strategy and see if it fits. And then if it doesn't, move on to another strategy. But you want to see that strategy through and see what happens in that process. And number 5 is reflect. So reflect on the experience and the outcomes. When we reflect on the learning, it sticks because we have to kind of regurgitate what we went through in that learning in order for it to stick. So really quickly in the chat, or if you want to come off mute, what does this 5-step model kind of look like? What other processes does it remind you of? Okay, I see one. Scientific method, instructional design. Policy development, okay. Yeah, one of the things that comes to mind with this 5-step model is that it's very similar to design thinking. Like with design thinking, there's a layer of iteration and testing, like with the prototyping, the implementing, the investigating, so working with the educator to figure out what the problem is. So identifying would be the same, there would be empathy in there. And so both models are very similar to one another. Okay, so we're going to go through the first step of the 5-step coaching model. And the first step is to identify the problem. Based on the Padlet over here, I can see that there are challenges that we face as coaches. So in this identification of the problem, we can keep the mindset of who we are as coaches, okay? And we're going to do an activity called the Gripe Jam. Now, the Gripe Jam is something that comes from Jenny McGuira's book, Courageous Adventures. Has anybody read the book before? Okay, so with the Gripe Jam, it's basically all about listing all of your problems, okay? And then figuring out which problem affects the most amount of people and is the most important problem to address. And this is something that as a coach, you can go through with your teachers one-on-one. And actually the Gripe Jam you can do in a small group setting and figure out what everybody's gripe is. And actually, if you're coaching, you can do a Gripe Jam as a small group. It can be like a small PLC, professional learning collective or community, and then working with individual teachers for the next few steps after that group Gripe Jam. Okay, so we're going to have a little timer here that I'll start in just a moment after I show you how to get to this. So this little dinosaur here, if you scan that, it's a QR code, or if you go to this bit.ly here, it'll take you to the Jamboard. And let me paste that over here. So if you've never used Jamboard before, how Jamboard works, and I see that we have some anonymous animals joining, excellent. How Jamboard works is that you can add boards. So over here, if I click on the drop down, then I can add a board here, add a frame here. So when you join, you'll want to add a frame. And I've used the first frame as a template. So when I'm on Jamboard, I can add a sticky note by clicking on the sticky note here. And I'm just going to, using one color, you choose which color, start writing down the problems that you have as a coach. So what are you currently experiencing that is causing any type of stress? All right, and let me just set the timer. So we will have 5 minutes. Okay, for you to share your gripes. As you're sharing your gripes, if you have any questions that you want to throw in the chat, feel free to do so, or just gripe away. Sometimes when you do this, it's good to share some music with teachers, but the reason why I don't have any that I'm sharing is I don't know people's tastes, right? So sometimes I'll work with a group and play like a Hamilton song. Sometimes it'll be, something that the group selected. So it's really up to your preference in terms of what type of music to play, if any. And remember that when you are in the Jamboard, if you move to the next frame, then you'll come to a blank frame. Like right here, it's saying 4 out of 4. I can move to the next one. It'll be 5 out of 5. And you'll just want to go where nobody is. And the nice thing about this session in terms of the Gripe Jam is that everybody is anonymous. So we've got a bunch of anonymous animals in the Jamboard. And so you can be as honest as you want and we won't know who you are. Oh, and one thing that I forgot to say, keep in mind that as you're doing this Gripe Jam, only one sticky note per problem. I know many of us could write like a whole thesis on the number of problems, and it could take pages and pages and pages, but one sticky note, one problem. I knew I liked that timer. Okay, so you've had some time to write down all of your problems. And this is also time that when you work with your teachers one-on-one or in a small group for this first step, you want to give them time. So maybe play a couple of riffs or songs from Hamilton or some other music source and just let them go. I know for my cohort, when I was first going through the process, we played some rock and roll, you know, some angry rock and roll, or I guess it was more rock than roll, but anyhow, and that really got us in the mood to be like, yeah, I'm angry about this. And so that helped. Okay, so now the next step is you're going to choose one gripe. And when you choose that one gripe, you want to focus on which one is the most frustrating and which one has people affected the most, right? So when you look at all of the notes that you've made, which one affects the most number of people and which one frustrates you the most? So go ahead and take a moment to find that one. And once you've found that one, if you want to rearrange your board so that it's in the center, or if you would like, you can put that in the chat. Okay, and let's see how we're doing here. I'll just kind of scroll through. And remember, these are all anonymous, so we don't know who's putting what. I'm seeing one in the center here, seeing tech integration limited to substitution, i.e. filling out PDFs on an iPad, then failing to recognize the value of ed tech. That's a big one. Long approval process. I could tell you about once upon a time when I was in France. We won't get into that. Hitting my own wall. Okay. And I think somebody just pressed the arrow a bunch. That's fine too. Another nice thing with Jamboard is that you can scroll through the different jams here without having to click on each one and see where there is content. Okay, so there we go. Once you've chosen that one gripe, for me, mine was missing deadlines. You want to bring that one to the surface. And then once you've identified that one gripe, it's time to investigate. So in the investigation, step 2 of the process, of the 5-step process, is investigation. And in it, you want to investigate possible strategies for the challenges that were identified in step 1, right? So in step 1, we identified missing deadlines as the #1 most stressful thing. And in step 2, so think of step 1 as the what. So what is the stressor? And step 2 is the how. So how can we use strategies to address this challenge? A couple of things that come to mind for this one. And again, this is when you're working with a teacher, you're figuring this out. So right now you're doing a little self-reflection. So adding deadlines to my calendar. And I know that that could work because I look at my calendar and it tells me when things are coming up, and it's something that's connected to my phone. I can create time to look at deadlines every day so I can see what's coming up. And I can find emails that have deadlines in them. A nice thing, and especially looking at some of your challenges on Jamboard, when you're working with teachers, sometimes finding those strategies are not as easy. So that's where going to this strategy menu comes into play. Let me throw this in the chat and then we'll go there together. So on this strategy menu, okay, it takes a minute. And if I would have just waited, it would have been fine. Okay, if it comes up and it says take the tour or start tour, go ahead and click on that. And what you can do is you can search for strategies based on the challenge. So it's not, the strategies is not necessarily an answer, but it's some strategies that might work for the challenge that you're facing. So if we were to go over here to the Jamboard, And we've got misplaced priorities. We have seen tech integration limited to substitution. When we go over here and let's say general tech skills is what it falls under, then you'll see here that there are different subcategories. So PD resources, resource sharing, lack of access. And then within those, you'll also get more information around here are some strategies that can be implemented to address those things. So I'm going to set the timer for 3 minutes to give everybody a chance to go through the dynamic learning project strategy menu and see if there are any strategies that pop out that could work. Once you find those strategies, you're going to add them onto your Jamboard. So, and they can be a different color sticky note, but you're going to add them as a thing to try. As you're working on that, I'm just going to model searching for some of these. So one was the long approval process. Okay, taking our last 5 seconds here. Okay, so how was that? Did you find some good strategies? Let's look over at the Jamboard and see. Right, and seeing in the chat, really good food for thought. So when the future looks bleak, one place to go to is this dynamic learning project strategy menu. And in there, getting some ideas of how to approach different challenges that arise. Right? And there's so many of them that are already curated here. Let me stop clicking around so much. There we go. All right, the next thing that we're going to look at, here we go, is to select. And with select, it's all about selecting one strategy now see your screen. Okay, sorry, Zoom just did something weird. When you select, it's about selecting that one strategy to focus on. So when it came to my strategies, I said, all right, create Google Calendar events from Gmail. Use Google Calendar to create a 20-minute event to look at emails daily. Create Gmail filters. And when I analyzed these and I thought, okay, which one is going to alleviate most of my stress for this particular problem, this one rose to the top. So this is the strategy, creating Google Calendar events from Gmail, that I chose to address my problem. And I see in the chat, exactly, it's goal, well, framed in a different way, of course. So challenge, strategy, and tactic. Boom. And it's a problem-solving process, right? Yes, you got it. So it all makes sense now, right? Because when you're working one-on-one with teachers, going in and saying, here's a tool, it's like, giving away free candy and treats and whatnot, which is great. But what does it do for the educator? Like, they're going to get stressed out when they come across the next challenge. So by getting into this one-on-one support cadence with teachers that's focused on what is challenging them the most, and then moving through this process, after a few times, that aha button will go off and it'll be like, whoa, I have a problem. I know how to solve this step by step by step, right? Instead of, oh my goodness, everything is stressing me out, which is totally true too, but you only solve one problem at a time. So yay, I'm so glad that light bulb happens. All right, so with the implement, it's all about ongoing support. Ongoing support includes one-to-one meetings, okay? Now, if you're in a virtual world, this can happen virtually. It also includes classroom visits. Depending upon what the problem is, it might mean that you are going in to watch the teacher in action. And that could be going into a Zoom room, or that could be joining their Google Classroom to see what type of things they're posting, right? Based on what their goal was. And then it ends with one-to-one meetings. And so here's the cadence. Number one is a one-to-one meeting to set the goal, figuring out what the goal is based on what the problem is, and then asking yourself, okay, what's the goal? Once the goal is selected, and once the strategy is implemented, what do we hope to achieve, and what will it look like? When you get the teacher to verbalize what they hope to see once something is implemented, it makes it so that the journey to get there is a lot clearer for all parties involved. Because at the end, they're expecting to see more students engaged, or at the end, they're expecting to use tech in a more meaningful way on the SAMR scale, right? So it's getting around what is the goal. For my example, my goal, or for my example, what do you hope to accomplish with creating Google Calendar events from Gmail, right? Something very simple. Step 2 is ongoing support. Now, this could look like classroom visits, or it could be data collection, code teaching, modeling. It might be as simple as training the teacher on how to do something like how to analyze data that's given to them from like a math test, for example, okay? When it comes to that data collection aspect, so you wanna see how is the teacher progressing with the selected strategy. If the strategy was to create Google Calendar events from Gmail, then are they doing that? Are you seeing that the calendar events that they have on their calendar are linked directly from Gmail messages that they've received, for example? The modeling a visit. So because this particular strategy is not something that directly involves students, modeling a modeling visit might have to do with modeling what it looks like to create events from Gmail. So it might be like a mini training session and showing the teacher how I've done that on my own domain. And the last part of the cadence is the one-on-one meeting, which is the follow-up meeting. So the first one-on-one is the goal setting. The next is the follow-up meeting. And that comes after there's been some observation type of thing going on. Now, this is not observation for a grade or for score or anything like that. This is observation based on the goal that was set. So what did we learn from that visit that can help us adjust our approach to the strategy, right? Maybe it was the wrong strategy. Maybe it was the wrong approach. If that is the case, then you can go back into the cadence, select a different strategy, do the visit, and then come back and do a follow-up meeting based on the goal setting meeting. So ongoing cadence, one-to-one meetings, classroom visits, one-to-one meetings, and voila. This tends to happen over a couple of weeks. So it's not Monday, we're going to have a meeting. I'm going to visit you on Tuesday, and then we're going to end on Wednesday. It tends to be a bit more drawn out because there's got to be scheduling and comfortability and things like that. Okay. How are we feeling about the implementation aspect? Okay. Now we'll get into the reflection. So the reflection is a big part of learning and growing. So we have to reflect on where we've come from in order to know where we're going and how we're going to get there. When you reflect, it's a 3-2-1 cadence. So 3 things that went well, what's something that worked in the one-on-one coaching process. 2 ways that the teacher was able to utilize the strategy. Because remember, it's not about you going in and fixing, but it's about empowering the teacher to utilize the strategy. And 3, one thing the teacher would still like to work on. So everything isn't perfect all the time. When we implement different strategies, some things might work 100% in some areas and like 0% in others. Right? Like maybe student engagement was down, but the content delivery was on point. So then how do we increase that student engagement? Okay, a little bit more about the curriculum. So the overall curriculum, there'll be there's a section on building a strong coaching team and culture. So that's all about your community, cultivating effective coach and teacher relationships, because the whole key with being a coach, especially one-on-one and through this program, is relationships. It is a people business. It is a relationship business. It is not a tech tool business. So even if you are a curriculum coach, right? Especially with remote learning or hybrid learning, you're still using tech tools, but it's not the tool that leads the coaching conversation. It's what the goal is in the end. Another section is refining strategies for impactful coaching. And then leveling up your coaching toolkit, which is everything from building a PLN to engaging in larger social networks, to finding bright spots throughout the course of the program. And celebrating those bright spots and advancing success. So how do the goals of teachers align with the goals of the school? And maybe when it comes to making the goals, if you're working with a teacher that's like, oh, I have no goals because I have no problems, you're like, all right, well, let's look at the school goals, or maybe it's the yearly plan, and like, what is something that can be aligned to in your instruction? All right, I want to pause here for any questions that you have so far. Thoughts? We'll see how we're doing in the Gripe Jam. Mm-hmm. Okay, here's some great things that came up. So having happy hours are super great. Or starting PD with some trivia or something fun. Okay, here's one that's developing. So long approval process, utilize online scheduling software. That can happen. Another thing that, so one thing that I used when I was at the American School of Paris, for example, was we created a Google form that was also translated into French. And then we created an autocrat to go along with that. And then there would be notifications set up on the form and on the through the autocrat, so that when somebody filled out a PD request, then it would go to the right person, the right director at the school, and then they would be notified. And then we had this DocuSign implemented in. So it was like this whole system, but in creating the system, we had to know what the needs were of all of the people involved. So if it's a long approval process for apps and things like that, what does the IT department need to know about the app being requested? And is it something where a form could be set up where a link to that app is shared with IT so that they don't have to go searching for it? You know, simple things like that. Okay, here's another great one in terms of linking different ideas to the original problem. So struggling to get the things I know that will help to my teachers, to them in a meaningful way. So a newsletter, right? Because then you can use something like Wakelet and curate all of these resources. And when you curate them, you can share them out like weekly. Right, a website of resources for staff organized differently than our tech tools one. Yeah, like instead of just saying, here's a whole bunch of tools and how to use them, showing examples of how the tools integrate with different curriculum is super important, especially when working with teachers, because it's not about, okay, how do I use this tool? Sometimes it is for some teachers, but holistically, it's what is the purpose of this tool and how can I envision this tool being used in my curriculum to save time or otherwise. And getting into classrooms for that in the moment support, super important. Great reflections here. Okay, just a couple more things. So if you are considering becoming a Google for Education certified coach, there are a couple of tips for preparing a strong application. Number one is that you want to make sure that you have a screenshot of your level 1 and level 2 certifications. So the certificate that you get, it's like this diploma-y thing. Once you take the exam and pass the exam, it'll say you've passed. It won't tell you your score, but it'll tell you that you passed. You want to have that all in one place, maybe having a folder for these different digital documents. The second tip is that you want to complete the modules in the curriculum over the course of the school year. So it's not something where you sit down on a Saturday afternoon and say, all right, I'm going to get through all of this. You can't. I tried. You can't. And when you're in the curriculum, you want to make sure that you're using the make it stick questions to reinforce the concepts. So down here, if I go into preparing for coaching conversations, All right. And then as you go through the different steps of the curriculum, there'll be like check marks. So, and those will create pop-ups that you can go into. You can also go here. It'll go through the pause, paraphrase, ask questions cadence that we didn't really touch on at all today because we focused on the 5-step model, but know that those resources are here. It'll also give you different dialogues. So this is how a conversation might play out between a coach and a teacher. Okay, and then at the very bottom here, so you've got active listening. And then when you scroll all the way down, there'll be videos sometimes, but there's in each of the modules, there will be this little area called Make It Stick. When you get into the Make It Stick part, you want to make sure that you read over those different aspects, because on the assessment, those things will be there kind of verbatim. So the pause, paraphrase, and ask questions cycle. Let's see, your comfortability with those down here. So in your meetings, which of the following active listening tips do you think will be most helpful? And then you submit that. So on a lot of the Make It Sticks, it has similar questions to what you're going to get on the exam. Okay. Step 3 is to take the coach skills assessment. This is when you feel like you've mastered all of the content, remembering that there are multiple modules to go through. So it's not a do everything all at once, but a step-by-step gradual process. And once you've actually implemented the coaching cycle, because one thing that we've learned as a mentor organization is that as educators, as soon to be certified coaches, they get the one-to-one experience, then it's a lot stronger to, they're a lot stronger when they go to take the assessment. Okay, you also want to submit a 3-minute video articulating how you use the 5-step model to coach a specific teacher, just one teacher. It doesn't have to be all of your teachers. And you want to cite the challenge that you helped the teacher address and describe the actions that you took to help them reach their goal. Number 5 is that you want to share 3 coaching artifacts that illustrate how you build rapport with teachers. So that whole relationship piece. A bright spot story from working with educators in your building, and how data was used to assess the coaching impact. So data is super duper important, and the curriculum will go over different parts of how to go about collecting data based on your experiences with teachers. And it's not like private data or anything like that, but it's understanding how you can measure the coaching impact with data. Okay, and then the last thing here is to submit a letter of reference from an administrator, building, or district leader who can speak to your recent coaching work and impact. So what have you done? Who has seen what you've done? And how has it helped the school as a whole? Okay. How to maintain certification is that you want to continue coaching using the 5-step coaching model and log at least 100 hours of one-to-one coaching per school year. And you're probably like, what, 100 hours? Well, you can coach one-on-one simultaneously. So like throughout a week, for example, maybe you have 8 to 10 teachers that you're coaching during that time, and you're meeting with them a total of 3 hours each week per person. So right there, that's 24 hours. Okay. And if you need extra help for coaches going through the program, there are different paid mentorship opportunities for schools and coaches and administrators to get in sync with one another and to go through the program, because now is a pretty heavy time. And so those resources are there. And